Well, this guy scored a D minus. I think with this guy, the best advice I can give you is walk away. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's likely to push himself hard at work, using a mix of effort and sheer willpower to get ahead, but his lack of patience and rough attitude can hold him back in the long run. You might hear him boast about making it big, but conflicts with coworkers, risky decisions, or sudden anger can spoil good opportunities for him. He will climb fast in what he does, but he may also burn bridges or lose allies, making it tough to keep rising steadily.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's likely to react with anger or frustration first. He may yell, blame others, or even storm out rather than quietly thinking things through. While he doesn't show his sadness much, he can shut down, keep to himself, or avoid talking for days when things really hit him hard.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He's more likely to clash with people than make friends at work. His quick temper, sharp words, and pushy ways can make it hard for others to like or respect him. While some might respect his hard work, most will remember his outbursts and harsh attitude.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your career, he's likely to feel insecure and maybe even upset. Instead of celebrating your achievements, he might see them as a threat or a challenge to his own strength. This could show up as sharp remarks, jealousy, or him pulling away from you emotionally.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, if you earn more than him, he will almost certainly feel insecure and resentful. He may not say it directly, but you'll notice changes like sulking, making sarcastic comments, or picking fights over small things. It's hard for him to accept someone close to him doing better, and he may try to put you down or make you feel guilty about your success.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He tends to spend without much planning or thought, which can cause problems later. You might find him making sudden big purchases or not keeping track of his expenses, leading to stress about bills and savings. He rarely stops to think before using money and may get defensive or angry if you question his choices.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He's likely to act like he has more money than he really does, often spending just to keep up appearances. You might see him buying flashy things, throwing money around when friends are watching, or trying to show off, even if it means going into debt. He cares a lot about looking successful, so saving or thinking ahead about money isn't his strong point.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He isn't open handed or warm, either with money or with how he treats people. Instead of sharing or helping out, you'll notice he can be quite harsh and rarely gives without strings attached. Money is often used to boss others around or prove a point, not to build together or show love.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He tends to be secretive and controlling when it comes to money. You might find that he hides expenses, makes financial decisions without telling you, or refuses to discuss budgets openly. If you ask questions, he could get defensive, turn things around on you, or even accuse you of not trusting him.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's likely to think that housework is only your job, not something to be shared. You may find him avoiding chores or expecting you to pick up after him, even when you're tired or busy. If teamwork at home is important to you, this habit will cause disappointment and stress.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's the type who will stand back and watch or maybe give instructions, but rarely step in to actually do chores or change diapers. If he does help, it's usually after you ask several times and he might complain or make it seem like he's doing you a huge favor. Most of the time, you'll feel like he's supervising rather than really pitching in.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He's much more likely to argue and try to prove he's right rather than trying to see things from your side. When you share your feelings or concerns, he may interrupt, raise his voice, or pick apart what you say just to win the argument. Listening quietly and trying to understand is not his style.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he's likely to say hurtful things or act aggressive rather than staying respectful. You may hear harsh words, yelling, or even see him break things or slam doors. His anger can feel intense and scary, sometimes making you wonder if it's safe to share your feelings or needs.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he gets angry very quickly and can explode over small things. This isn't something that will just go away or settle down with time. You deserve peace and feeling safe, not always worrying about someone's reaction.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it very hard to say sorry or take responsibility for his actions. Most of the time, if something goes wrong, he will blame you or someone else instead of owning up. You may hear excuses, denial, or even get accused of being too sensitive when he hurts you.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He's not likely to respect your boundaries and may not understand that no truly means no. If you say you're uncomfortable or want to stop, he could push, argue, or ignore your wishes, putting his own needs first. Living with someone like this can make you feel unsafe or unheard, and you might start doubting your own right to set limits.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he's the kind who takes it very personally when you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding or giving you space, he might get upset, make harsh comments, or blame you for rejecting him. You could notice him sulking, acting cold, or picking fights after you say no.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Sadly, you cannot fully trust him to handle private moments with care. If there's ever a fight or he feels wronged, he might bring up those private details to shame you, tease you, or use them against you. If trust, safety, and kindness matter to you, please understand that someone like this can deeply damage your sense of security.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He's not very faithful and is easily distracted by other women. His attention tends to wander and he may flirt or seek out excitement elsewhere even when he's in a relationship. You might notice him looking, commenting, or even hiding things from you, which can quickly break trust.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is overpossessive and often acts jealous, controlling, and suspicious. He may question where you are, who you're talking to, or even check your phone and social media. A healthy relationship should make you feel free and trusted, not watched and guarded.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, in his case, what he calls being protective often hides a controlling personality. At first, he might claim he just wants to keep you safe or look after you, but soon his rules and opinions start to limit your freedom, deciding who you see, where you go, or even what you wear. Over time, his protection will feel more like a cage than a hug.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will expect you to do most of the parenting work, not see it as a team effort. He's likely to think that caring for the children, feeding, cleaning, helping with homework, or handling their emotions is mainly your responsibility. If he does help, it will be on his own terms and often with complaints or instructions rather than real support.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper quickly rather than stay calm. He may yell, punish them harshly, or say things that hurt their feelings instead of helping them learn or comforting them. His reactions can feel scary to children and leave them afraid of making mistakes.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to support your role as both a mother and your own person. Instead of encouraging your dreams or respecting your independence, he may expect you to put him and the children first and let go of your own needs or ambitions. For a life where you feel valued for all that you are, this man is likely to hold you back rather than cheer you on.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is exactly the kind of man who might seem to support your career at first, but later expect you to quit once there's a child. He may act encouraging in the beginning, but his real belief is that your main job is to care for the home and family. If you want to keep your own career, passions, and independence after starting a family, be very careful.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He's more likely to act polite on the surface, but not show real warmth to your parents. When they visit or you talk about them, he might do the basic respectful things, but it will feel forced and distant. You may sense that he's only being nice because it's expected, not because he cares. He will expect your family to change for him, not the other way around.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse rather than handle it calmly. He may react with anger, sharp words, or stubbornness, turning small problems into bigger fights. This can lead to tension and lasting resentment between him and your family, making you feel trapped in the middle.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might act modern and open minded when you're alone together, but expect you to be a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. You may notice him encouraging your freedom and choices at home, but suddenly asking you to change how you dress, behave, or speak when his family is around. If equality and being yourself are important, this double standard can feel confusing and hurtful, making you question where you truly stand in his life.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with his family rather than support you. When problems or disagreements come up, you may find yourself alone, facing criticism or unfair expectations without his help. Instead of standing with you, he might keep silent, avoid the issue, or agree with his parents to keep them happy.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
Yes, he is likely to be a mummy's boy and will rarely, if ever, choose your side in a conflict with his mother. His loyalty stays with her even when it's unfair to you or hurts your feelings. You may feel like an outsider or second place in your own marriage, always having to prove yourself or avoid trouble.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is the type to share details of your fights and private life with his mother or sister, often telling them things you expect to be kept between just the two of you. When arguments happen, he may look for their advice, sympathy, or support, even at the cost of your privacy and trust. It's a sign of unhealthy boundaries and can deeply damage emotional closeness.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, all in all, not looking that great. This guy scores a D minus. As I mentioned at the start, I think with such guys, the best way is to walk away. Day in and day out, being in a relationship with this man can feel exhausting and lonely. His quick temper, harsh words, and need to control often leave you walking on eggshells, always guessing what might set him off.